Hello, welcome here. I'm just making a quick video. Here we go. Okay, so I was on the 15-minute. Today is the Sabbath, okay? And I was not gonna trade at all, but this came up. I wasn't even looking at the charts. I just pulled it up. I was like, just curious. And then I was like, dang. This is a really good long opportunity on the 15-minute. Haven't seen a divergence in the 15-minute in a while. And I mean, look, here's the last one. And look how big of a trade that was. That was 2%. So from here, 2% is at $3.16 basically, which is where I have my 316.16 actually is where I have my sale order, and I'd make $1,872, which I could stand to have this windfall because my I need to get this up. It needs to be at 40,000. So okay, and 316. If we move over here to the right, 317 is right here. So 316.16 is right here. So we're touching the top of this pennant structure, and you know, we have broken out of the pennant structure. So but we've also just come up to it before as well. Just come up to it there, come up to it here, not quite there, not quite here. So this might be the time where it comes up to the structure and it gets tested and pushed back down. And we retest the number of 294. So now we need to move this over some more. And we have not broken to the bottom side. So I'm suspecting that if we do test this 294 number, and it's out of this pennant structure, which it is at this point, then the bottom of the pennant structure is going to be resistance, and it's going to push us down further, or that might be the black swan event. I don't know. You guys, like, everybody talks about black swan, white swan, all the swans. Play the charts. Play the charts. If you stick with the charts, then what ends up happening is you can make money. That's all. If a black swan event happens, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen unless something like this happens right here, which is a bearish divergence. If a white swan event happens, it's not going to happen unless there's something like this, which is a bullish divergence. It's just going to happen the perfect timing. So, with all of that said, I got into this trade right here because I was late. Like, I was like, okay, I'll look at the charts. So I looked at the charts and I was like, man, I got to get in. This looks like it's going to go up, which it is. what I should have done was realize that this was a trend reversal. It's probably going to play out in the long run, but what happened up here? Look at this right here. This was on the 5 minute. No, it was this one right here. Right here. It was on the 2 minute? Where are we? Over here on the 2 minute. Okay, so this is a bullish divergence. Bullish divergence. Oh. But okay, so on the small time frames, every 2 hours, what was happening was there would be a, yes, I'm wearing a jacket, and yes, it's like 80 degrees inside my house. So 2 hours, 18 minutes, 2 hours, 10 minutes, 1 hour, 38 minutes. So around 2 hours, okay? There would be this big, like, fake out, okay? But if you look at the larger time frames, over here, you have this trend reversal here, trend reversal here. Going back even further on the 15 minute, where are all those circles? There they are. Okay. Going further on the 15 minute, you've got this. There's a double bullish divergence here. Okay, so this is a trend reversal. Bullish divergence. Okay. And then you've got bearish divergence that shows up on the 15 minute. And then if we zoom in on the 5 minute, we've got this right here, which is bearish. This right here, which is bearish. So this is like, okay. And look at the amount of time. From here, from here to here is 2 hours, 35 minutes, 7 hours, 35 minutes. And $12 hours, 30 minutes, 15 hours. So this is like bearish. So this is bullish, and then it's just like bearish, like confirmation after confirmation after confirmation that this is turning around. And then what happens again is it turns bullish right here. And then right here it turns bearish. So we have these marked out. This is 1 day, 1.5 days. So 1.5 days, it turns ultra bearish. Boom. And so for 24 hours, it's bearish. And then for 12 hours, it's bullish. And then for 12 hours, it's bearish. And then for 24 hours, it's bullish. And so we can say that this is actually both. I should put this on the 1 hour. Okay. Let's move this one down and this one up. Since we got both, and now we have I'm going to argue, since we have a 15-minute bullish divergence, that we're going to have a bullish day. So I do believe that this is going to come up to here. I should draw that, so I'm not trying to draw a trend line. Something like that. Maybe even steeper. Right there. So, and this is right here is 317, 316.19, 316.99. And so this would be 24 hours of bullish and 12 hours of bearish. It could even come through. And then right here is where it cools off. And then we'll have a bearish day where we need to test this bottom again. And when we test it, it's probably going to come up, and then we're going to come down to this 294 region and hang out here. So that's not financial advice, but that's kind of what I'm thinking right here is what we're likely going to have happen. These are two really good bullish candles, by the way, on the 1 hour. On the 15 minute, this is really strong. It looks like this, even stronger. Well, it looks like this. It's just not struggling at all. So it's looking like this right here. So, yeah, I think that we're going to get some movement out of this, and it could come up to 319.72. So let's see what 318.90 something is. $2,700. So yeah, I mean, I'm definitely thinking, like, I'm learning how to hold on to the trade for a longer period. And looking at these trends and being like, okay, well, if we have a trend here, we have a bearish trend, and it's pushed us all the way down to here, and then we get this bullish trend right here, and I buy in like a fool. I buy in like right here on the way up before it comes down. I was negative 400, 500, 600, and now I'm positive 4, 5, 600 because I bought right here in the middle. But I'm just noticing that we haven't even formulated any kind of tops to this price action, or to this momentum wave, sorry. And so with that said, like, first of all, this momentum wave is higher than this one. This wave is higher than that one. This momentum wave in price action, it's going up and up. So there's no divergence that's being created. The divergence that's going to be created is later on. But if we look at this momentum wave, it doesn't look like it's going to go up and then like that. It looks like this is the first momentum wave. So we're probably going to get something like this, which puts us at our at our target. So price action is going to go like, you know, this, and then it goes even higher with a lower momentum wave. And then when that is done bleeding out, it's just going to come down. That's how these divergences get created. So I'm just noticing that this momentum wave, when we look at it, it's already rounding over. So yeah, we're going to get the price action to the downside in a little bit. It'll probably come down like this, and then Well, yeah, it's doing it right now. Let's look at it on a smaller time frame. Yeah, see, it's nice and steady. So, it'll move like this. It'll move sideways for a moment and then come back up. And this momentum wave is probably going to, yeah. So we've got the small momentum wave as the first one, and then it goes and does it again, and then again, and it'll do something like this. And if we look at this structure here on this momentum wave, okay, now let's look at price action. Look at this. Comes out of here. This is hyper extended. Okay. So this is big time. This is less extended, obviously. But we're getting, this is a small momentum wave. This is a larger momentum wave, but it's rounding over and coming down. Okay. And it's probably going to pick back up later on. And this is kind of an odd shape here that it came down so far, because even the price action didn't come down like very much. I mean, price action came down more in this first little momentum like wave correction, reversal, whatever you want to call it. I'm expecting something kind of like this. This is a normal momentum wave. So 1, 2, 3, and if we do that from here to here, we can see that price action. Where are we? Can we draw this momentum wave? No. Okay. Well, let's just draw the momentum wave. 1, 2, 3. Right there. Yeah, see? It lines up perfectly. This one, this peak right here is the top. And that's where you buy your short. And, by the way, expect this to happen. You buy in, you get your confirmation, you buy in, and then it artificially dumps. Or in the short, it artificially pumps once more. So you buy in here, and it comes down, you buy in like right here, and then it artificially pumps like crazy, and then it crashes down. I've seen it too many times now. I've seen it way too many times. There'll be one more little blip, little twink right there. And that one will shock everyone out of their short position. And it'll be like, yeah, there's your divergence pattern. And then all of a sudden it's just like, boom. And it's another divergence pattern. So it's frustrating, but the name of the game is you lose your money. That's the name of the game. You give your money to the bots because they don't want you to have your money. They want you to give you their money. That way there can be no middle class, and there can be like a ruling elite class, and then there can be like the serfs. And they want to make sure that through this whole, crypto market, this whole crypto thing, that's why they're tokenizing they're tokenizing the stock market so they can get around all the SEC regulations. They can just let loose the dogs of war inside of the crypto, like trading bots and AI and all that, and they can basically just take all of your cash by just letting stuff like this go crazy. And yeah, I don't know. To me, it makes sense that The same people who have all of the money want you to, they want they want less rules. So anyways, sorry. It's the Sabbath today, and I was watching a little bit of conspiracy stuff, and it got me all worked up about, religion and how you can't even write the name Jesus on the Coke. If you go to Coca-Cola and you want to order a customized bottle, they won't allow Jesus or Jesus, which is the same spelling, on their bottles. Yeah, stuff like that, really frustrating. But you can write Allah, Buddha, Satan. You can write whatever you want. You just can't say Jesus. Makes you wonder. But anyways. So, anywho, sorry to get all... Well, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. So, anywho, but that's what I think is going to happen with this move right here. So, I'm just going to stay in it, stay in the trade. I'll ride it up to here, and then it'll come back. Well, I don't know what's going to happen. All I know is that we have a 15-minute, and we don't have anything else. I mean, it shows up here on the 15-minute. On the 30-minute, oh, on the 30-minute, it shows up as bullish. Oops, that's incredible. Look at that. That shows up as bullish. Wow. Okay. Nice. I should put like, I wonder if you can, well, I should put text right here. It says 30-minute. And then I can just clone. And then here it says 15. Okay. And then here is on the 15, but it should be red. That's probably a better way to do it. So I can kind of keep track. Oh wait, this is this 15? Yeah, it's 15. I was on the 30-minute. Yeah, there, on the 15 right there. Okay, so anyways, on the larger time frames, like the 1 hour, got nothing. There's no divergence here. And there's no divergence from here to here either. There is almost a divergence because these momentum waves are higher. Like this is the trigger wave. It's a higher wave. But this candle is higher. So there's no divergence there. So it was almost a strong bullish divergence, but it didn't happen on the 1 hour. On the 2 hour, I don't think that it makes a difference. This is still higher. And that's still higher. And this is high. Yeah. There's nothing is showing up. We're still in this we're still in this bounce. If we're looking at big price action, big price movements, this is a big one right here. This is a big one right here. We're in the bouncing stages, like boom, boom, boom. And it might come down, boom, again. But even if it does, it's not going to really break this number too much. It'll retest this number right here, 295, which is almost this number. This is 299. So yeah, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, nothing too crazy. So yeah, but there's no, like, there's no divergence that's setting up. If there is going to be a bearish divergence that's created on the 1 hour, it will be here. It will be right here. And what, this is perfect. It's perfect because you'll get this. Now keep in mind, this momentum wave is on the 15-minute. Okay. So on the 1 hour, it's probably going to look like this. And then you'll get this right here, this divergence right there. And then you'll get this right here, which would then set us up for another downward move. So all I have to do is just have diamond eyes, keep my long, and I can put in a short position at 319.50. I can put an order in at 319, 321, 319, 318, 319, 16, 5,000. And my take profit is going to be at 290. Oh. Where I have my order in. That's $1,100. Okay, let's get rid of this order here. Cancel, limit, market. Yeah. Let's do the 20,000 XRP. Oh, yes. By the way, I have 30,000. I broke my rule. And the reason why is because I needed to get my average down. Okay, let's see what the $4,500. Oh my gosh. Okay. So that's the move. So just diamond eyes all the way to take profit, get your, this is not financial advice, but this is what it looks like to me. All right, y'all. I said it was going to be a short one. It's already been 30 minutes, so love you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.